We all know that we should be asking our past clients, our friends, our family members for referrals, but how do we do that in a way that doesn't sound needy or awkward? In this video, I'm gonna share exactly how to ask for referrals and when to ask for them in ways that don't seem awkward at all. And I'm also gonna explain a way to create a system that repeatably and predictably gets you more referrals from your past clients, your friends, and your family. The big principle here is to come from contribution, to interact with people in a way where you're actually helping them, you're contributing to them, you're making them the hero instead of asking for something from them. When you start thinking that way, it becomes a much more comfortable conversation. And there's two main ways we do that, two different circumstances we do that in. The first one is, very common. People are gonna ask you just throughout your day, throughout your life, how things are going, like how's work been going on? What have you been up to lately? How's the market? Anything real estate related. Anytime someone gives you an opening like that and they're just checking on you, seeing how you're doing, then that's a great opportunity for you to share, answer the question. And in the process of answering that question, also ask for a referral. So for example, I would say something like this. Hey, I've been, things are good, or things are hard, things are crazy at work. We've been helping buyers find properties, and I've got these buyers who we're having a really hard time finding a home for. There's just not many homes on the market right now. Or you could say whatever version of what's happening in the market at that time. And so, yeah, I'd love to find them a property, but we're sure having a hard time. Do you happen to know anyone who's looking to sell? And then you would give a specific example of what you're looking for. So like someone who's looking to sell a property, they're looking for something, under $1 million, somewhere in the North Park area. Do you happen to know anybody who's looking to sell something like that? And very often the answer is going to be no, right? They don't happen to have be waiting around who's looking to sell a property like that. And so your next question is going to be something like this. Hey, got it. Okay. Thanks so much for thinking about that. If you did happen to know someone who was looking to sell or buy a property, would you be comfortable referring them to me? And you're going to figure out quickly whether this person has an aunt or a friend or a cousin who's a realtor and maybe they should be off your list, or if they're your partner. And if they go, yeah, sure, I'd love to. Hey, awesome. I'd just love it if you'd keep me in mind if you hear people talking about buying or selling. So the way that's coming from contribution is you're positioning them to be the hero for their friend and family. If they did have a friend or family member who was looking to get a home sold, now they're the source of the buyer. They helped connect them with this buyer, which is what their friend needed. Everyone likes to help out a friend. The other way you could do that is to position it the opposite way. So yeah, things are going great. In fact, I just got a new listing that's coming on the market next week. I'd sure love to find a great buyer for this property. It's going to be, $1 million. It's over in El Cajon. Do you happen to know anyone who's looking to buy a home in East County for under $1 million? And same basic principle, right? You're trying to position them as the hero who could then provide their friend with this great off-market listing opportunity that you're providing to them. So that simple little dialogue, and then taking the next step, asking the next question of, got it, well, if you did know somebody, would you refer them to me? That's the way I would just condition yourself. Anytime people are asking how it's going, that's your answer. How it's going is good, bad, ugly, whatever, and then you present a buyer or a seller need that you currently have to them. And if you don't currently have a buyer or a seller, I'm sure someone on your team does. I'm sure you have a prospect. I'm sure you have somebody, some investor, some friend, some family member who would buy a great deal if they could find one. So you've always got someone you're representing. It also demonstrates that you're working hard for your clients. You're out there trying to hustle, trying to find deals for them. And that proves that you're busy, you're out there working, you're working hard, and that you care and you're an advocate for your clients. So that's the first way to more comfortably and less awkwardly ask for referrals and come from a place of contribution. The second way to comfortably ask for more referrals is to have a system where you're regularly offering something of value to your clients. And there's lots of ways to do this, but my suggestion is micro events. And so this would just be some kind of simple event, maybe every couple months, every 2 months, that you're inviting your clients to. And when I say micro, I'm trying to get people over the mental barrier of having to throw some crazy big party. I'm talking about something super simple, a coffee happy hour, a happy hour at your favorite little restaurant or bar, super, super simple, something you could plan literally in 20 minutes. And so here's what that system would look like. Again, once every couple months, and you might do this with another agent, a friend who's on a team with you or at your brokerage, just to make sure at least somebody's gonna show up, at least you got your pal there, someone to hang out with. But you're literally just gonna create an evite of, hey, friends and family, appreciation happy hour. First 2 drinks are on me. And you don't even necessarily need to make a reservation at the bar. You pick some place that's gonna have space, it's not gonna be a big problem, or you reserve 2 or 3 tables in the bar. You don't need a private event manager. You don't need a special room. I'm talking about literally me and a few friends showing up for a happy hour. Very, very simple. Or if you don't want to do booze, you can do the coffee happy hour. You can do ice cream, any number of things. So that is the first step, is just create an invite. And now let me walk you through the script on what you're going to do to actually invite these people. So let me pull this out here. So first of all, you're going to send the evite, like I said, and I like creating an evite because people are used to getting those. they've got good deliverability. You want to create that and send that to everybody in your sphere of influence. Once you've sent it, give it a little bit of time. Don't call people right away. Maybe you give it a day or half a day, something like that. Don't give it a month, but half a day to a day is probably about right. And then what you want to do is go through your list of people who you've sent that to and call them. And when you call them, before you do, stalk them on Facebook a little bit, on Instagrams. If you don't already know what's happening in their life, figure out what's happening in their life so that you have something else to talk about as well. And so here's what that would look like. When you call, assuming they pick up the phone, you're gonna say, hey, great, this is John, and I'm just calling to invite you to, we've got a friends and family appreciation happy hour we're doing, and I'm just so thankful for all the great business that my friends and family have sent me over the years as a real estate agent. And so as a small little thank you, I'm just doing a happy hour over at whatever, Tuscamo Joe's, and I wanted to make sure you got the invitation. So you're not asking them if they're coming, which is kind of a high pressure ask. Maybe they're busy, maybe they don't want to come, who knows? You're just asking, did they get the invitation? That's it, more likely to get a yes, or if they're like, I don't know, I haven't checked yet, whatever. God, hey, listen, if you don't get it, be sure to let me know. I'll make sure I've got the email correct, and we'll get that dialed in. And so you're just getting the confirmation that they got the invite, and then transition into whatever you found out on social media. So something along the lines of, hey, I saw on Facebook you just went to Hawaii. How was that? And these days it's not unusual, those kind of comments. Like, it's not unusual for people to know what's up in your life because they saw it on social. Like, happens, I'm sure, to you all the time at parties or whatever. And so you're just doing the same thing with these folks. Like, hey, just saw you went to Hawaii. How was that? I've always wanted to go. Where'd you stay? Did you love it? Make them the hero. Give them a chance to brag about how great it was. Or, hey man, saw that little Billy's playing soccer. It looks like he's doing awesome. How's that going? You enjoying it? You having fun? And just have a little conversation, chit chat, catch up, just like you would at a party, something along those lines. Catch up for a minute or two. Not a 30-minute conversation, just a quick little catch up. And then after you've kind of caught up and you've built a little bit of rapport, say something like this. Well, hey, great, man. Glad to hear it. I sure hope you can make the event. And if you can, RSVP, we'd love to make sure we've got room for you. And while I've got you on the phone, I have a buyer or I have a seller. You're going to transition back into that same script that you would use if someone was asking you how things are going at a party, the same one I just went over. So while I've got you on the phone, I've got a buyer right now that I'm having a really hard time finding a property for. And so I just love to find them something. They're looking for something in North Park, blah, 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 blah. Do you happen to know anyone who's selling? No, yes. Got it. Well, if you did, would you be comfortable referring somebody who was buying or selling a house to me? Yes or no. So it's exactly the same script. And all you're doing is you're leveraging the event that you're throwing to have an excuse to call that person and then ask them for a referral. So super simple, a lot more comfortable than just asking for referrals out of the blue, and gives you a way to contribute to their life as well. I hope those two strategies help you to go out there and get more referrals. The other gigantic opportunity that you want to make sure you take advantage of is asking your current clients for referrals. In fact, I think that's the biggest opportunity to get more referrals. And so don't miss out on the video that I created on exactly how to do that. I'll put a link to that video in the notes below. Thanks so much, and go out there, get those referrals.